About 2 years ago, we came across a picture, and I'll say we loosely because you found a picture on Pinterest, and it was a picture of a table that you really liked for our family. And we always kind of wanted a big table where our family could gather around for dinners and the kids would be doing homework.
Right.
And so I reached out to my friend Justin, and Amber found the plans for this table and he started building it. And then the day finally showed up where the table was going to be delivered to us. And I remember when we opened up the trailer, being shocked at how big the table actually was.
Right.
And our first meal at the table that night, we kind of looked around and our whole family fit on one side of it.
Right.
And we found ourselves going, man, why did we build this thing so big? And little did we know that God had a plan on how to fill the table for us.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had been on a journey of just the verse in Matthew 25 where Jesus talks about when we serve the least of these, we're serving him. That collided with the verse in James that says that pure religion is to care for widows and orphans. I brought that to Tyler and said, hey, what are we supposed to do with this?
Then I ended up taking a trip to India.
Yeah.
Kind of in that same season that we were talking through this and praying through this. And my eyes opened up to just the need, not just globally, but as well locally. And I kind of had this overwhelming feeling that Jesus was kind of touching our heart, touching my heart specifically. And I realized that even though maybe I can't do everything, all of us can do something. And in the midst of that journey, God was really kind of cultivating not only our hearts, but also the hearts of our 3 children who would end up being, brothers and sisters to our foster kids. When we started, we thought it was just going to be about, the ministry to the child.
Right.
And yet, God's ability to redeem situations, like little did we know that there was a bigger redemption story going on and how we were going to be able to minister to the birth family and look for opportunities to build relationship and just be Jesus with skin on to them. This journey has become a really, I think, important process for our own children to understand how God has loved us and how that love gets expressed to others. Our first foster son that we had with us, when he joined us, he was 5 days old. He was with us for the first 3 months of his life. Mm-hmm. And during that time, our kids made such an attachment to him. And one of the painful parts of this journey, of this ministry, is it's actually the goal that you're shooting for, which is the families would get to a place where the child and the family could be reunited. We both celebrated and
there was pain.
Instantly felt the pain.
Yeah. So now we have 2 foster kids with us. We have a 17-month-old and we have a 4-year-old.
Yeah. So we went from 3 kids to
now
5. Yeah. Ultimately, it's not about our comfort. It's about, trying to live out the words of Jesus, to do what we can to the least of these around us. And
right.
Maybe you someday will adopt, and maybe you can't adopt, but maybe you could foster, and maybe you can't foster, but maybe you could give, and maybe you can't give, but maybe you could pray,
right.
or you could serve. And so I think all of us, we can find some way to engage into the opportunity to make a difference to those in our community, and these precious, precious kids who just need love and need somebody to believe in them and care for them.
Right.
Yeah.